Questions were asked when Chris Hughton was sacked from Brighton earlier in the year. However, maybe times are changing at Brighton and their first result this season shows that. So, can they continue this form throughout the season? The 13th of May was when Hughton was sacked by Brighton, and this caused reactions saying that Brighton deserved to get relegation for this decision, and also that he's managed to keep them in the Prem, so why shouldn't he take them forward? But I think that's exactly the reason why he got sacked. He wasn't really able to take them any further, and if Brighton are to progress as a Premier League team, then changes needed to be made. So therefore, in came Graham Potter. Last year he was the manager of Swansea City in the Championship, but before that managed Östersund and was appointed when they were a Tier 4 team in the Swedish League. He achieved successive promotions in 2011 and 2012, which then led on to him reaching the top division of Swedish football in 2015. Not only that, but he won the Swedish Cup, which qualified them for the Europa League, where astonishingly he got them through to the round of 32. This was where they then came up against Arsene Wenger's Arsenal and eventually lost 4-2 on aggregate. It's fair to say that he's proved what he can do in terms of achieving something and continuing to do so throughout multiple seasons. He got his move to Swansea in 2018, and this gave him the chance to showcase his managerial qualities in England, but most of all show that he likes to play his own way of football. Under the new Brighton manager, you'll see a fluid passing game played with the aim of keeping the ball, taking risks and playing from the back. In the first game of the season versus Watford, no player made more passes than Brighton's centre-back, Lewis Dunk. In fact, in the second half he played a fantastic pass straight through Watford's midfield, which then claimed him an assist. This chance was finished off by new signing Neal Maupay, who was substituted in the 64th minute alongside Florin Andone. That's two attackers brought on when they were already 1-0 up, and a few seconds after those changes, Andone also scored. The attacking intent shown by the manager paid off. Expect to see these players in the starting lineup, and under his system they could definitely keep banging in the goals. A big surprise is that he got his result without using too many of his new signings, who will bring in that extra quality, and were most likely brought in to fit his system anyway. They actually got a new player in each position apart from a goalkeeper, Adam Webster being a centre-back, Aaron Moy being a central midfielder, Leandro Trossard being a winger / attacking midfielder, and then an all-out striker in Neal Maupay. If these signings can make any sort of impact similar to Maupay on his debut, then Brighton will definitely be happy with their recruitment this summer. People have doubted the signings that they've brought in, but you only need to see my video titled "Why the Championship is Huge for Premier League Teams in the 2019-20 Transfer Window" to understand why Brighton and other teams are signing players from that division. The only question mark is over Leandro Trossard. He hasn't played in England and we didn't see an appearance from him against Watford. He's a player that gets involved with all the attacking play, predominantly a winger, but can play centrally and also drops deep to create chances too. In Brighton's new system, we could see him at the forefront of the attack, either collecting the ball deep and playing balls forward to Maupay, playing out wide and putting balls into the box for the forwards to finish, or being a goal-scoring threat by making inside runs where he can collect the ball from the wing-backs in their 5-4-1 formation and finish them off himself. This is what Trossard was seen doing at Genk, so if his performances from the Belgian League can carry over into England, then I'm sure Graham Potter will have no problem including Trossard into his squad. Next up for Brighton is West Ham at home, and I'm sure they'll fancy their chances in this game too after their 5-0 loss to Manchester City. Talking of Manchester City, Brighton will be away to them after a home game against Southampton. They'll definitely be getting a test there. No matter how good the opposition team perform, City will probably be able to score 4 or 5. It will be interesting to see how Brighton perform in their first few games and what results they can get from them. I'm sure from that we'll get a decent understanding of what kind of season Brighton could be in for. I imagine there will be results throughout the season which will surprise you, as we're not used to usually seeing Brighton perform like this, leading to a potential great first season for Graham Potter. That'll show everyone just why Brighton made the decision to move on from Chris Hughton. How well can Brighton do? Get involved and have your say in the comments. I recommend that you don't miss future videos. Subscribe to Route 1 and like the video if you did enjoy.